How's your week been?
Yeah, the second week without the midweek game is fantastic because it means we can train. We trained hard the last 2 days. Today there was a mix between recovery and make some tactical stuff on the pitch. But all in all, it's good to have the group here. Yeah, the last 2 days was very good to see.
Any players back from injury for this weekend?
Yeah, it looks good. Akim is in the training the whole week. Dome, yeah, as well. He was also in the game. Josh Windes is still in the individual training, but he comes closer. It looks also well. Only guy we have a look. It's a little bit by Iki, but all in all, everybody is available.
In terms of Josh, if not this weekend, has he got a chance to play against Plymouth?
It's difficult to say, but the steps are huge forward now, and this is a good signal. Then let's have a look maybe on Sunday when we have training with the guys that didn't play or not too much play. Yeah, maybe he's involved, but step by step. Yeah, important is that now he is ready for the last weeks and games instead of just one game and then maybe again injury. That is, we have a little bit pay attention in this case, but all in all, it's helpful to have 2 normal weeks now.
Is Momo Diogo back available?
Mo is as well available. He trained also the full training. Everybody is now here. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good to see everybody. It's fighting for the position to come back in the squad, and this gives the manager always a good feeling.
I imagine having Akim back is a bonus with Deschamps Bernard serving a suspension.
Yeah, when I look now to my defense, we have Akim back, Bambu is there, Dome Jofa, hopefully Iki is there. Then Liam Palmer played in the back as well. I think a lot of good options now available. Yeah, when I look back in the January or December, then sometimes it was difficult. Now I have more choices, and it means there's a little bit a battle of the positioning, and it means always we have to perform well as a player to come back on the squad, to come back in the starting 11, and it's good to have this culture.
How much of a doubt is Michail Antonio for this weekend? Does he have a chance of playing, or is it limited?
Yeah, I think let's have a look after the afternoon today. We will make a test, and then hopefully it's tomorrow back in the training, and then he is available for the game.
There's been some resolution in the legal situation around Nico Schulz. Is there any plans for him to come back and train at the club?
Yeah, let's have a look. This week he's not here. We will try it that he comes back for the training as well, and then I think all in all we will look what we can do, if there is a way or not. At the moment there's not more information to give.
But there is still a possibility that you'd like to sign him if that becomes available.
Yeah, I think when I look back to the last week when he trained with us, I saw Nico, he was very focused to Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, was immediately 100% committed. He showed his quality, even he didn't play so much in the last months, but he showed he is in a good shape. And for me, a really positive thing was that he was immediately committed with our players in the group, involved, and I think it was, I spoke a little bit about how we can manage our group, and I think it was fantastic from both sides, and this gives me a good feeling, and now we will see how it works in the next days, and then we can make a final decision, of course.
It'd be a huge signing, wouldn't he, with his experience and what he's managed to do in his career?
Yeah, of course. I think he would give us a huge step forward also in the quality. I think we have with Marvin, he did well in this positioning, but when I look back, when Marvin was injured, then it was always difficult. Then we had the injury with Christian Petersen immediately, and this gives us a good opportunity, and I'm really convinced, and he can help us for for the next 8-9 weeks. Yeah, and I think this is at the moment our biggest goal, what we have, that we achieve our goals. And we have to do in this case everything what we can do, and to have opportunity to get such a players. I think we should be happy, yeah. And but important was that the impression in the last week was like this, and it gives me a good feeling.
We got the chance to speak to Will Volks at length earlier today. He's quite the character and quite the talker. Well, he was talking about Henrik Pedersen and how Henrik will ring him up late at night, early in the morning, talking football, trying to help him with his development. I mean, just tell us a little bit from your perspective about Henrik's passion for the game and how he helps you.
Yeah, I think all in all I spoke always about my coaching team, that we have these different profiles. I think Henrik is in this case also special. Yeah, he's always looking for the tactical things, especially also individual. Yeah, as a manager you have always the overview about the whole squad, but then it's always good when you have to such assistant coaches, they are looking for individual improvements. I think this is fantastic. It's helpful, yeah. We have the discussion in the whole coaching team as well, and I think this is also our strength, that we have different profiles by the coaches, with different strengths, and of course, Henrik is a huge part for me. He is helpful in all the tactical conversations I have. And I think important, and this is always what I told my assistant coaches as well, I want to have assistant coaches that take responsibilities in some parts, Of course I have a clear identity what I want to see and what I demand from my coaches as well, but it's also important that my coaches take the responsibility for some parts, and this is then good to know. I think it's always helpful that we get a good feedback from the players, because then they have a good feeling, and if players have a good feeling, they have self-confidence and they can trust, and if you have this, then you can create something on the pitch, and then you play with more confidence.
When you work in football, do you have to think about football 24/7? Is it part of the job because it's, as a journalist who covers it, it's very consuming, whereas, it's your job. I imagine that there isn't really a moment to switch off. Is that a good thing?
Yeah, I switch off sometimes in the night, in the late night, but normally when you start in the morning, then you know what you have to do in the whole day, then you have your own schedule for this day, what you want to do. Then you go home, then you watch maybe one more game from the opponent, then you look the FA Cup, then you look the next game, you are still looking football, and then you go to bed, and then you start again. This is football, but this is also good. And of course, we notice when you take wins and good points, then it's helpful, because then you can sometimes really switch off for some moments. But all in all, we love this job, we love our business in this case, and it's the reason why we are here. We have this passion for football, and we enjoy this, and I told us last week in the interview as well. At the moment I go every day with a smile to my work, because I enjoy the environment here, I enjoy my players, I enjoy the club, and I enjoy my coaching stuff.
Let's just take a little trip down memory lane to the Rotherham game at Hillsborough. It was your first game at Hillsborough. What do you remember of that day?
I think it was important one, important win. I think after a difficult start since I'm arrived, with not the best results, but with some good performances, then we took the first win. It was my first win as a manager. I think I will always think in this game. It was a great atmosphere in the stadium. Our first win in the season. As well. I think it was a massive game. We celebrated with the fans, and it was helpful to have this game. Now we will face against the opponent. Maybe they have nothing to lose. They will go all in. It means they will fight in every duel. They will create something. They want to bring energy from the stands to the pitch. I think it will be a special atmosphere, in a derby for them. And for us it's about have a clear mindset, go there. I think we showed us in Millwall, also in a difficult place, what we can do. And now it's about find the right players for this game. I'm very positive at the moment. I have a lot of players available. They are ready for this. They are hungry for this. And then we have to go there. I think everybody knows it will be a difficult one. Maybe the toughest away game what we have in the next weeks. Yeah, this is where we are. But there is a big chance for us to take something. And with this attitude, with this confidence, we have to go in this game.
It's a huge game anyway. Whenever there's a local derby, both teams are desperate for the points. Rotherham are adrift at the minute in terms of their points, and their fans have been talking as if this could potentially save their season. Are you aware how much this fixture matters to both sets of fans, really?
Yeah, I think it's for both sides. Yeah, a big opportunity if we take the next 3 points, and this is our goal, of course. Yeah, then we make also a huge step forward, and we create more and more self-confidence, and then we have 2 home games in front of us. I think it could be helpful, but at first we have to work hard. I think it will be at the beginning of the game, a hard game, a lot of second balls, duels, maybe set pieces, all the stuff. This is about good defending, but I think we have really some weapons at the moment in front to hurt them, and this is our job to bring our players in the right position, and then we can go and we can thinking forward. But all in all, I think the key again was our defense in the last games, and this is hopefully we can do again, and then we are prepared for this game.
Is it a different kind of game that you're going to expect to most opponents? And also you've talked a lot about being the hunter. You may well be the hunted in this one for a one-off. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, maybe it could be that we have a different role in this game because the expectation it's higher. We know this, but this is also the result from our last results. What we took, if we take points, then you come in a different role, and this is then for us to be ready for this. But I'm very convinced about my team, how we worked, also how with the intensity was high in the last 2 days. I think everybody knows this. We spoke yesterday about the opponent very soon in the week, and I think we are prepared for this. We trained well with all the stuff what we have to do, and now we go forward, and hopefully we are immediately ready in the game by the kickoff. This is the key point.
Did the results last weekend elsewhere just show how important it's going to be for you to keep up the momentum? Nobody's going to give you the opportunity, are you? You're going to take it yourselves?
Yeah, I think it shows how strong the championship is in every part of the table. When you look also back in the last 2 days, how strong the championship clubs in the FA Cup against the Premier League clubs. I think that shows the quality in the championship, and you see as well, every team now, also in the bottom of the table, is fighting for the goals, and that means we have to take points. We have to do our homeworks, and if we do this in the next 12 games, then we have a big opportunity. I think everybody, I'm not sure that everybody was convinced 4 months ago that we are now in this position. Maybe some guys were thinking, maybe it's the first relegation team, and now we have a big opportunity to stay in the league, and now it's about keep going, and this is what I told my players every day. There's no time for rest. We can rest after the season. Now it's about hard working the next 12 games.
Brilliant, Danny. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You alright, Danny? How you doing?
Hey, Joe. Oh, you're back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, you're a little bit under pressure, huh? 2 wins without you, and now you are back. Hopefully.
I was really hoping that you'd not notice that.
Of course.
Look, I promise you, if we lose to Rotherham, I'll stay away for the rest of the season. You can tell my boss though.
Okay.
Just looking on those wins, obviously you switched to a back three recently. Aside from the results, obviously, what were the main positives that you've taken away from using that sort of defensive line?
Yeah, I think when we go a little bit deeper in this shape, then I always speak about principles, and I think when you look to the game, how often we stay and in which part we stay in the back five and in which parts we stay in the back four, I think there's always a different between the pressing lines. I think the opponents will look into this and they will know when we press with a back five and when we press with a back four. And also in the building up, I think the shape is just on the paper, but how we lift the shape at the moment, it's different to see just one shape on the pitch with and against the ball. And I think this is a key. We are a little bit flexible. We adapt very well. We have some habits. And then it's also for me about looking how comfortable the players are in which positioning. And I think it was for me then a point where we switched the game. I think, for example, Millwall, that was the reason why they built up with back five and a lot of switches. And it means if you play with a back four, then sometimes it could be long ways for the fullbacks to attack the wingbacks. Yeah, and it was then the reason why I bring a little bit one guy more in the last line to have shorter ways to attack the switches, and that was the reason why. And now we adapt a little bit. We have different pressing lines with different shapes then, and I think this is also good when you have a little bit hybrid players on the pitch. They can play in some more positioning, and I think at the moment it works, but it means not that we not change again the shape to different, but all in all, for me it's always about the principles, and I think this is what we have to do to stay in these principles, and then it doesn't matter it's a back four or back five, then it's about how we live our principles.
Yeah, you touched on the fullbacks there a little bit. How much do you think they benefit as well from being able to sort of play a little higher, knowing that there's three defenders behind it?
Yeah. When you look our right centre half with Liam, it's not the normal centre back. He is more a little bit a number 6. He can also play as a fullback. This is helpful. Of course, for Marvin, it's always helpful that there's a centre back behind him, one more maybe. But I come back. When you look to the games, then you have in some parts of the game a back 5, but it's also often that you have a back 4 to see on the pitch. That depends then. But all in all, for me, it's important that I feel comfortable and the players feel comfortable with our positioning on the pitch. And if I have the feeling maybe it works a little bit better, then I can change. But I told always my players, it's about stay in the game, be comfortable, be convinced about what we are doing, and then the shape is just a help. It's not everything.
Yeah, having had a couple of weeks without having to travel up and down the country in midweek, how nice has that been, actually having that sort of time on the training ground without having that sort of getting in the way of things?
Yeah, I think this is you have more time, the whole week. You can prepare more details, you can speak more on the pitch, then you have a clear picture. You can start on Tuesday immediately with some training for some principles. Then you go on Wednesday a little bit more to the opponent, with some different exercises instead of just play 11-11 against 11, without intensity. Now you have intensity in the training that brings also that you get some clear pictures. Then you can take the pictures in the next 2 days, and then you can think about the starting 11, and I think this is helpful. But we have to do both in this league. Next week we have again a midweek game, and then it's about preparing 2 weeks, and now next week we go every 3 days to the next game, and this is also what we can do. This is championship, but of course it was helpful to have 2 weeks now and 2 normal weeks.
With Deschamps being suspended, obviously it is a blow not having him available, but how relieved are you at the timing of it that you have got Bambo and Dom people back in time to cover for someone like Dish?
Yeah, I think that's important. Yeah, I think that was in some times this year not always easy. Yeah, if you have to rotate a little bit, even then if you have a midweek game, and I think this is fantastic to see. Then Dish has now on the weekend a day off. Yeah, and then we have 2 more games in the week, and this is also good for him. Yeah, he played a lot of games. Yeah, nearly every game since January. He did well. I think he made also a huge step forward in his attitude, in his quality. He showed he played nearly without mistakes. Yeah, of course, when you look then to the game against in such a game, it could be happened. Yeah, but all in all, it's good that we have a lot of centre backs or defense players back. Yeah, that gives me more and more options. Yeah, and it's helpful, especially when we go in the crunch time now with the 12 finals. Then it's good to have your best players available.
Yeah, I would just want to ask on Nico Schulz. Given the situation surrounding him and what's gone on, how much do you take that into account, and the potential backlash that could come from fans if Wednesday were to sign him?
Yeah, I think for my final decision, it's about I'm looking at the moment really to the quality on the pitch. Yeah, and that was important for me that I saw Nico last week with all the things. He was great on the pitch. He showed how strong he is. We did a little bit of test to look how is his body. He was well. And yeah, again I come back. He was immediately committed to our players, and I think it's also not normal when you have a player who comes new in that you have this relationship immediately, and it was a good signal for me. And yeah, now let's have a look what we can do in the next days. Yeah, and then for me it's really the focus to have a high quality player on my squad, and then to go forward in the last 8-9 weeks.
Right, okay. Just lastly for me, I wanted to ask about Paul. He's coming for a lot of praise recently for his performances down that right hand side for Wednesday. I just wondered, given the improvement that he has made already, what do you think he still needs to add to his game? Like, what are the things you think Paul could improve on?
Yeah, I think Paul knows what I will tell you now. Yeah, it's sometimes he has some moments in the game where he's not online. Yeah, especially if the ball is on the other side. Yeah, then you have to be always online also on the far side. And this is a point we can improve. I'm very happy he is on the front foot defending. He is very active. Yeah, he played a little bit like a right winger now. Yeah, with the ball. He is comfortable with this. He's looking for 1-against-1 situation. He had a lot of finishing now against Bristol. Yeah, I think maybe in situation where you are not expect there are the wing back. And it's fantastic to see the improvement. Yeah, it gives us more and more options also on this side. And all in all, I'm happy with him improvement. Also with his body. Yeah, he can play now a lot of games. I think that was the reason why he had the break in some weeks when he has a little bit the muscle injury. But now all in all, yeah, it's good to see, and we go forward.
Brilliant. I'll see you at the weekend. Hopefully it's not my last game of the season.
I cross your fingers for you.
Cheers, Johnny.
Johnny, hi, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Hey.
I'm missing this weekend and Joe's back, so hopefully we can.
Okay.
It'll work out a way. That first game against Rotherham, that first win, I'd have to look back at the numbers, but if I remember correctly, you went slightly more direct. Smudge started, obviously scored a couple of goals. Was that a setup that sort of told the story of where you were at in your bringing your style of play to the club, or was it something that was set up for the challenge of Rotherham?
Oh, I think the first 2 games we played with a back 4, then we switched to a back 5. Yeah, I think we played in all 3 games. It was Watford, Plymouth, and then Rotherham. I think we showed immediately what we want to do. And then was a decision, I think, both to find a good balance between to adapt a little bit to the opponent, but also to bring our strength in. Yeah. but I would say you cannot compare the team from the first Rotherham game from us to now. I think a huge step forward, different players on the pitch with different responsibilities now. I think this is good to see, what we create in the last 4 months, how we adapt, how we improve. And that's the reason why I'm not looking too much back to this first game, to this first win. It was important, it was against Rotherham, but now I think we have a different situation with different decision making from my side.
There's a few of your players that are ex-Rotherham players. In your experience, does that have any impact at all? Does it put a bit more fire in the belly?
I think all in all, everybody wants to play, especially then in this game when you are a former player from this club. Then of course you are a little bit, I will not say more motivated, but then you are hungry to go in this game to show. But this is good, and then you never know in football. You have some stories, especially against such an opponent in the derby, where you can write, and hopefully we write our story in this game again.
You use the word derby there. I warn you, some of the Wednesday fans are very clear that they don't see this as a derby.
I know this. I recognize this, I know this, but if it's just 20 minutes, then
Close enough, isn't it? It's close enough. I mean, what are your sort of favourite memories? Obviously you've been involved in Bayern and Dortmund games and all sorts of very, tightly fought games. What are your sort of favourite memories from your career so far?
I think when Hansi Flick took over, our second game was immediately against Borussia Dortmund. We won 4-0. It was a great game from our side. I think these games are always special, but honestly, I think when you look to the last weeks, we had a lot of such games. To go to Millwall, I think it's difficult to play. I think also the Birmingham game at home was a tough one. Now we had Bristol. I think at the moment every game it's really a tough one, because we know we come to the end of the season, and now it's about take the results. And I think with this attitude, we have to go in the next game, and then it's not too much focus to what it means. It means for us 3 points. Make a good performance and come closer to our goals. And this is for me the message what we have to do. And then hopefully we have our massive supporters again behind us, and then we can create something special away, and then we come back, and then we prepare the next games at home.
It's fair to say that this game will mean more to the Rotherham fans than most normal games. How wary are you of that? With the season that they've had, this is their opportunity to give their fans, a day in the sunshine.
Maybe or not maybe. I think it's also up to us, how we come in the game, and how strong we are, and how we are prepared for this. And if you do this, I think everybody wants to win the game. I think it doesn't matter which game it is. We always go to a game to win a game, and this is our job. We know the situation, and for them, I said this before. For them, it's a little bit all or nothing. All in. They can do everything with this win. They can do something special, but they will also get just 3 points. And for us, it's also 3 points to come closer to our goal. And this is my focus and the focus of my team. Take the points and go forward.
I want to ask about Bailey. Obviously, he's had his injury issue. Back on the bench, wasn't he, at the weekend? He sort of had that experience of being burst in and being the main man and playing so many games, and now EK's sort of taken that mantle. How close are you with him and sort of monitoring that sort of up, and then maybe slightly down in terms of his development?
I think in the last weeks I was always honest to everybody, also to you when you asked me about him. Yeah, I said this is a young player. Yeah, it's difficult when you are an academy player and every hope is on your shoulders. Yeah, and I think now we have to manage him with this a little bit injury he had. Yeah, we bring him through the next game, and yeah, make him ready for the next games. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult. It's not so easy, but we manage it well also with the medical stuff, and I think for him, yeah, he could be happy that we improved in the last four months so massive, and I think take the positive things from this improvement, this development from the last weeks and months. Yeah, and as a manager, it's great to have more and more strikers they can score on the bench, on the pitch, and I think this is helpful for us. And yeah, I think now when you look to the strikers, we have Bailey, we have Musa, in this case, of course, EK. Kasama, yeah, and then Bailey, Michael Smith, yeah, it's good to have these options. I think everybody knows 8 weeks before, yeah, we spoke about how we can store and what happens if Bailey is out, and now we have more and more options, and this is helpful for us, for the club, and for the team as well.
If I didn't mishear you, last week you told us that there might be another free agent that you have your eyes on in the next few days, I think you said. What's the score there? Is that something a week on that's still ongoing, or?
At the moment, there's nobody more. I think honestly we come then also to a point in the next weeks, yeah, then to bring a new one in for 5 weeks. He has to adapt the philosophy, the style of football. I think it's more and more difficult to bring him immediately on the same page, in the same direction. Yeah, and then again, my players at the moment, they have a high credit from my side because they are fighting, they show up, they are mentally strong, and this is good to see. And even in this situation, of course, I come a little bit back to Nico. Yeah, then to get an impact player. This is difficult, and in this case I'm convinced he could be, but there's at the moment no other players in the market. If something happens, then okay, but at the moment I'm not really convinced that there are any more players to come in.
You mentioned Nico there. I'm going to follow up on that as well. People have scrapes with the law, don't they? You know, people make mistakes and all the rest of it. I think it's the nature of this one. You'll have seen the reaction, the very split reaction from supporters, as you know, we're being asked about it as well. What would you say to a Sheffield Wednesday supporter who has deep concerns about the nature of what Nico's done?
Yeah, I think all in all, Nico, if he comes, then he is a player from Wednesday, and then I measure the situation when he is a player of Wednesday in this case, and there's nothing what happens, and then you as a manager have to look, in this case, of course, how can he help my team from the football side, and this is then for me in the focus. I know is a topic around the club with this player, but for me I come really again to this topic. This week when he was a guest, he chose me a lot, and it was helpful to make maybe a good decision for us to achieve our goals. And I think this is at the moment, it should be at the moment the key point, that we achieve our goals as a club. And I think this is really, really my focus at the moment. All the other topics I push by side. For me it's about bring this club back to success, stay in the league, and I think then at the end of the season everybody will be happy.
Danny, thank you. I won't see you for the weekend.
Thank you.
Good luck, and I'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Hello, Danny.
Hey.
Oh, excuse me. Hope you're well. I've only got a few questions. You beat Rotherham. After 14 games, you had 6 points. And now, was it 32 points from 34? You'd have taken that back then, wouldn't you, I would have thought? Even though you maybe still be in the bottom 3, but your points return is much, much better, and you have a real chance now. You take that from where you were.
Yeah, I think when I look back, when we are 13 points back from the line, then I said we have to come closer and closer. And I think 3 points, it's very close. Yeah, it's still not over the line. But when I look also the results from the last weeks and comparing to our results from the opponents as well, then you see how many points you come closer, and I think this is helpful, and this is the hope we have. Even we know the situation is still serious, and it goes very quick in this league in one or the other direction. But at the moment we are in the right direction, and this is what we have to keep going, what we want to try. And I think 12 games to go, just 3 points back. It's a good situation, not the best situation, but it's a good situation to stay in the league. Yeah.
It's not the biggest derby for your club, Sheffield Wednesday, obviously, but it's still a local game. Your side a few weeks ago, you lost at Huddersfield, a local team. Very disappointing. That's a good motivation this time for another game to turn things around, maybe.
Yeah, I think for everybody was this defeat very disappointed. I think that was not because it was against Huddersfield, it was general. When you lost 4-0, then it's hard to take. After this game we showed a great reaction with 3 wins from 4 games, and now keep going. And for the next game we will get just 3 points, but this 3 points could be helpful to make the next step. I think everybody recognized next week with 3 games again will be important one. And then we have the cut in the national break, and then still 8 games to go, and I think then we knew more.
I was just going to ask finally, you've done a lot of good things at the club, but you look at the second half of away games, just 3 goals all season for Sheffield Wednesday, and it's been difficult, hasn't it? It's been a problem scoring goals away from home in the second half of game for some reason.
At first I think if you have a clean sheet, then we will take minimum 1 point. And if you have this situation, then everything is possible, and I think in this direction I go. We want to try something, but the key points also in Middlewood was that we have a clean sheet, and I think this is important key point. And all in all, we know the situation that we away a little bit a different phase to at home. But we took 3 wins. I think to win in Stoke, to win in Preston, and to win in Millwall showed also a little bit our improvement. And now it's about in the last 12 games, take also points away. And this is what we want to try again. And all in all, this is our job to come closer.
Very best of luck, Danny. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.